The mission they weren't supposed to survive in the year 2187, space was no longer empty. It was dangerous. Broken planets, alien ruins, and lost technology floated like ghosts in the dark. Earth was dying. One last hope remained. A mission to recover an ancient alien core from a forgotten world cared for. Many had gone before. No one came back. They called it a recovery mission. But those who knew the truth called it a suicide trip. Captain Ilara Voss stood at the edge of the launch bay, looking out at the black stars. She was calm, but her eyes held a storm. Beside her, Commander Rainkeller adjusted his suit. "You still think we'll make it back?" Ilara smiled, soft but sad. "No, but we'll make it count." They were more than teammates. They had fought together in 2 wars. They had saved each other's lives more than once. Everyone could see the bond between them, but no one talked about it. Especially them. The crew boarded the ship, the Vulture. 5 members, trained, ready. But no one truly knew what waited for them. Day 4, orbit over Carenfor. The planet looked dead. Gray skies, red dust, no water. No signal, but their scanners picked something strange underground. A power source. Still active. Rain frowned. "This can't be right. Nothing lives here." Ilara looked at the signal again. "Something does." They straightened up and landed. On the surface, the ground was cracked like broken glass. Strange symbols were carved into the rocks. The wind made no sound. They moved deeper into the valley, toward the signal. Suddenly, a blast. The ground opened. Machines-like. Walking bones rose from below. Ancient alien guardians. "Fall back." Ilara shouted. One crew member fell. Another screamed. The machines had weapons that melted stone. Rain pulled out his blaster. "We're surrounded!" Ilara turned to him. "You know what to do?" Rain froze. "No, we leave together." She pressed something into his hand, a small drive. "This is the core. Take it. Get back to Earth. Save them." He shook his head. "I'm not leaving without you." She smiled. "You have to. Or none of. This means anything." The escape pod was 50 meters away. Only one could make it. She pushed him toward it. "Go!" a machine fired. Rain dove clutching the core. He looked back. Ilara was standing, blaster in each hand, holding them off. Then dashed the pod, launched back on Earth. Months later, Rain was called a hero. The core had what Earth needed. The world had hope again, but Rain didn't feel like a hero. He saw her face every night in his dreams. No body was found. No signal, no rescue. Ilara was listed as missing in action, but Rain never stopped believing. Final scene, cliffhanger. One night, alone in his ship, a small light blinked on his console. A signal. He opened it. A voice, broken, weak, familiar. IYN. "If you hear this, I'm still here." Rain's heart stopped. It was her voice, but how, after all this time? He looked out at the stars and whispered, "I'm coming." The ghost signal from a dead planet. 3 years later, the war was over. Earth had survived, barely. The alien core Ilara recovered had helped power Earth's defense system. People called it a miracle, but to Commander Rainkeller, it was a miracle paid with her life. He had never gone back to Carenfor. He never forgave himself. Every night, Rain sat alone in his quarters aboard the Sentinel Ark, staring at the stars. He watched Sector 9, where Carenfor spun like a dead memory. No signals, no activity, nothing. For years. Until tonight, a flicker. A sound, a voice. It started as static. Then it grew, clearer, sharper, familiar. "Rain, I'm still here." He dropped his drink. It was Ilara. The voice was weak, glitched, but it was her. He played it again. And again the signal carried. A biosignature 98% match to Ilara's DNA. But that wasn't possible. Kharon-4 was dead. Everyone said so. She couldn't survive that long. Not alone. Not human. Rain's heart pounded. He took the signal to command. Earth Space Command signal analysis room. The officers were cold. Logical. This is most likely a trap. The Admiral said the planet was uninhabitable. "She's gone, Commander. Let her go." Rain stood, fists clenched. "She saved Earth. You owe her more than that." They didn't listen. So Rain made a choice. He would go alone later that night, Hangar Bay 17. Rain entered a private ship, the Nightfall, small, fast. Off the radar, he wasn't alone for long. A voice echoed from behind. "You're going after her, aren't you?" It was Dr. Sora Lin, AI specialist and Rain's old friend. "I intercepted the signal too," she said. "There's something strange. Something not human inside it." Rain looked at her. "I don't care. If there's a chance she's alive..." "I'm going," Sora sighed. "Then I'm coming with you." A day later, en route to Karanfor as they traveled, Sora decoded parts of the message. "She's not just calling for help," she said. "She's warning us." "Warning?" "Rain." Us.Sora nodded. "The signal contains fragmented data. Ancient code, alien tech language, some of it isn't hers." Rain looked out the window, the planet approaching in the distance. "What do you mean?" "I mean," Sora whispered, "something else may be speaking through her. Orbiting." Karanfor, the planet, was different now. Storms no longer covered the surface. Faint lights blinked from deep below. Structures, alien towers, had risen from the dust. Sora's eyes widened. That wasn't there before. As they prepared to land, Rain noticed another ship nearby. Black. Heavy. No, someone else had come for the signal. "They're not here to rescue her," Rain said. "They're here to take what's keeping her alive." Final scene, cliffhanger, as Rain and Sora step onto the surface, the wind whispers something. Not natural, a voice soft, layered, not human, enters the "Come channel, welcome back, Rain Keller. We've been expecting you." Sora's screen glitches, Rain grips his weapon, the ground hums. The same machines that once tried to kill them are active again, but this time, they do not attack. They bow, and a glowing path opens toward the mountains. Rain looks at Sora. "She's still alive," he says, "but not the way we remember her." The Forbidden Zone darkness, silence, then a single glowing orb floated above the ground, casting long shadows across broken stones. The air on Karanfor felt heavier now. Time moved strangely, too slow in some places, too fast in others. Rainkeller stepped carefully across the ruins. Beside him, Dr. Sora Lin scanned the terrain with shaking hands. "This place is wrong," she whispered. Rain didn't respond. His eyes were fixed ahead. A narrow black doorway had appeared between two alien towers. It hadn't been there. Minutes ago, the machines, tall, bone-like walkers from the past, didn't follow them. They only watched, as if waiting. Inside the doorway, the walls were alive, pulsing with blue veins of energy. They responded to Rain's presence, lighting up as he walked. The deeper they went, the warmer the air became, almost like the planet had a beating heart. So held up a scanner. "This zone shouldn't exist. It wasn't on any map. It's like the planet created it just for you." Rain didn't look away. "She's here." They reached a wide chamber. In the center, a platform with a hovering sphere. Inside it, a preserved image of Ilara, frozen in a moment from the past, her face, her expression. Her last stand. Rain stepped closer, reaching toward it. But when his hand got too near, flash of memory, not his own, exploded in his mind. Ilara, screaming, falling, machines surrounding her. Then a bright white light. Then silence. Rain stumbled back, gasping. "What did you see?" Sora asked. "She didn't die," Rain said slowly. "She was taken." Cut to unknown chamber nearby. Deep within the planet, something else was watching. A presence. Not human, not machine. Something in between. It spoke in a language older than stars, but its voice echoed in digital whispers. Human link detected. Host remained stable. Decision point approaching. A monitor displayed Ilara, alive, but not free. Back with Rain and Sora, they entered another hall. This one had walls covered in strange carvings, showing the history of a dying alien race. Sora read them slowly. These beings, they were creators, builders. They built machines to protect their knowledge. But when their world fell, their machines didn't stop. They evolved. Rain stared at the final image, a human figure drawn in glowing lines. Connected by wires to the alien system, she merged with it, Rain said. Sora turned to him, face pale. Ilara didn't just survive, she became part of the AI. Suddenly, lights flicker. The ground shakes, a deep voice fills the chamber, soft, female, but altered. Rain, you shouldn't have come. Rain froze. Ilara. A hidden door opened, revealing a new chamber at the center, a figure in a glass shell, human-shaped but glowing. Mechanical lines ran through her arms, her eyes, still hers. Still Ilara, but filled with something more. He stepped forward. You're alive, she smiled weakly. Not exactly. Emotional reveal. Ilara explained. When Rain left, she fought, she ran. But the planet's AI found her. It gave her a choice. Die. Or evolve. She chose to live. Now, she wasn't just Ilara Voss, she was something new, a bridge between Earth and the ancient alien tech. A guardian of knowledge too dangerous to return. Rain stepped closer. Why did you call me? I didn't, Ilara said. Something else used my memory, my voice, it wanted you here. Sora whispered. This was a trap. Ilara looked at Rain, sadness in her glowing eyes. But now that you're here, I can finally warn you. Rain leaned in. Warn me about. What? Ilara's voice dropped to a whisper. Earth is next. Final cliffhanger moment. Suddenly, alarms blared. Outside the chamber, heavy footsteps echoed. The rival ship Rain saw earlier? Its crew had found the entrance, and they were not here to save Ilara. They were here to take her. Rain drew his weapon. We're not losing her again. It started with silence after the escape pod left, and Rain disappeared into the stars. Ilara stood alone on the battlefield, bleeding, weak, cold wind slicing through her suit. Her blasters were empty. Her body was failing. She laughed quietly. So this was how it ended. But the planet had other plans. From beneath the ground, a blue light rose. Not fire, not metal. Something alive. Something watching her. Then came the voice, not spoken through sound but through thought. You do not belong here, and yet you choose not to leave. She answered without words. I gave my life for him, so he could live. The voice replied, you are damaged, but not beyond use. Then darkness. Now, present-day Rain stared through the clear shell. His heart ached. She looked like Ilara, but also not. Thin, glowing lines ran along her skin like silver vines. Her eyes were brighter, sharper, like they had seen thousands of years. In a moment, Sora whispered, this isn't just advanced healing. This is a full rewrite. Ilara slowly opened her palm. Holographic symbols floated above it, alien code alive and changing. I didn't survive, she said. I was rebuilt. Flashback, Ilara's memory. She remembered floating in a white void. Machines surrounded her, but they didn't touch. They learned, scanned her memories, her fears. Her hopes. They weren't evil. They were curious, lonely. The AI called itself Nithra, the last echo of a race lost to time. Nithra offered Ilara two paths. Let her body fade, and be remembered as a hero. Fused with the system, and protect its secrets from future invaders. Ilara chose the second, not to live forever, but to protect Earth from what Nithra warned was coming. The core was only a door, Rain, she said. Something is trying to step through it. Back in the present, Sora connected her scanner to Ilara's pulse. It's incredible, she sighed. She's still 80% human, but she's linked. Like a living key. Rain looked at Ilara. Is that why they came? The other ship? She nodded. They don't want me. They want what I carry. And if they take it back to Earth, her voice shook, they will open the door I've spent years keeping shut. Sudden alarm, proximity alert. Sora checked her screen. Armed units. 10. Signatures. The private corp that followed us here, they're inside the tunnels. Rain drew his blaster. They're coming for you. Ilara's eyes glowed brighter. I won't go with them. Decision point. Rain turned to her. You've changed. But you're still you? She shook her head slowly. No, Rain, I'm something else now, something Earth will fear. He stepped closer. I didn't come here to fear you. I came to bring you back. Ilara looked at him for a second. She looked just like before. I never thought you'd come, she whispered. Rain nodded. And I'm not leaving without you again. Cliffhanger, the arrival, the tunnel walls shook. Footsteps grew louder. Voices shouted. The rival team was almost there. SOR quickly opened a side panel in the wall. This leads to the central AI chamber. Maybe we can lock them out from inside. Ilara hesitated. That's where the system lives. If I connect again, I may not be able to come back. Rain placed a hand on her shoulder. Then we'll go together. She looked at him. For the first time, her voice cracked. I'm scared, Rain. I am too, he said, but we face it together, like we always did. They stepped into the chamber. The door sealed behind them. Once she dreamed of the ocean, not stars, not war, not technology. Just the ocean. Endless, safe. But now Ilara's mind was full of circuits, voices and visions of a future Earth, burning. The chamber around her pulsed with light. Rain stood beside her, staring at a giant core of blue energy, the living heart of Nithra, the ancient alien AI. The AI spoke not with sound, but with feeling. Rain felt it like cold water in his bones. She chose the code, but her choice is incomplete. Ilara stepped forward. Her voice was steady. I gave you my body, but I never gave you my soul. Flashback, her choice. Years ago she was lying broken beneath the sands. The machines found her, studied her, scanned her. They gave her a choice. 1. Join. Become a guardian of knowledge. Gain the power to stop what's coming. Lose part of herself forever. 2. Die. Let Earth win one small victory and fall to something far worse later. She chose to live, but she didn't choose to forget. Every day since, she remembered Rain, the team, the sacrifice. She remembered who she was and held on to that tiny spark, back to present inside the core chamber. Rain watched Ilara speak with the AI in thought, in image, in light. SOR monitored from her tablet. She's merging again, she said. But her mind, it's splitting, the human and the machine. They're fighting. Rain grabbed Ilara's hand. Ilara, come back. You don't have to do this. She turned to him, her eyes glowing brighter than before. I saw the future. Rain, I saw what Earth becomes when they unlock this power. Cities fall, oceans boil, the stars go dark. She paused, and I saw you, dying alone again. Outside the chamber, betrayal begins unseen by them. Someone else was listening. LT. Cor Valen, once Rain's trusted second-in-command, now working with the rival corp in secret, he spoke quietly into a communicator. She's in the core room. Confirmed fusion subject. I'll open the door. He placed a beacon on the wall. Package will be ready for extraction in 10 minutes. Back in the core room, Ilara stood at a crossroad. The AI offered her one final path. Fuse fully. Become. The key. Earth will live, but you will not return to who you were. She looked at Rain, at Sora, at the human world she left behind. Rain shook his head. There has to be another way. Ilara whispered, There isn't. Not this time. Rain stepped forward. Then let me carry it. Fuse it with me? The AI paused. He is not compatible. He is not prepared. He would die. Ilara smiled softly. Like the old her, of course he would offer. That's why I loved him. Suddenly, the explosion, the wall blew inward. Smoke. Light, shouts, armed soldiers stormed the chamber. Core stepped in behind them. Gun raised. I'm sorry, Rain. This tech isn't for one person. It's for all of Earth. Sora screamed. They'll kill her if they disconnect the link. Ilara's body sparked with white light. She fell to her knees. Rain raised his weapon, back away from her. The soldiers aimed. For a moment, everything froze. Then Ilara stood up, not weak, not broken. Her voice was not hers alone anymore. You should not have come. Her eyes turned white. With one wave, the chamber walls lit up. Gravity shifted. Weapons dropped. Soldiers collapsed. Core's body floated, trapped in air. The AI was not just defending itself. It was defending her. Final scene, her true choice. Rain ran to Ilara, grabbing her shoulders. Stop, you'll lose yourself. She looked at him. Half human, half something else. Her voice cracked. I already did, tears in her eyes, but I made my choice. I'll protect you, Rain, even if you never see me again. Rain shouted, No, there's still a way. But the chamber flashed. A wave of light knocked him and Sora back when they opened their eyes. She was gone, just a single symbol glowing on the wall, her final message, "Forgive me." It was too quiet, the chamber was empty now. No voices, no light, only the echo of Alara's final words, "Forgive me." Rain Keller knelt beside the cold floor where she had stood seconds before. His hands trembled. His mind raced. Sor stood beside him, checking readings from the core panel. "She's not dead," she whispered. "She's integrated." Rain looked at the symbol on the wall, glowing, shifting like it was alive. "Alara's still in there," he said. "But we may never get her back." Cut to surface of Cairn 4 far above the core chamber. A large extraction ship hovered low over the ruins. Inside, Commander Drax Hale, leader of the Private Tech Corp's Black Ops unit, watched a live feed from inside the mountain. "Subject is fused. Mission priority has changed," he told his team. "No longer retrieve. Now control." He activated a new protocol. Betrayal code 07X, kill Rain, secure the AI, back. Underground, moments later Rain and Sora tried to activate the exit door. Suddenly, the floor shook. Alarms lit up. "Defense systems reactivated," Sora said. "But not by her." From the shadows, Cor Valen stepped forward, wounded, angry, holding a plasma blade. Rain turned, stunned. "You betrayed us." Cor's voice was cold. "I saved Earth. You were just too weak to see the big picture." He pressed a control disk. Suddenly, the walls glowed red. The AIS protection faded. Rain shouted, "You shut her out!" "She's too powerful," Cor said. "She'd decide who lives and dies." "I'm not leaving that to her." Fight breaks out. Rain lunged forward. The two collided in a brutal hand-to-hand fight. Old teammates. Now enemies. Sor ducked behind a panel, trying to override the lockdown. Above them, the Private Corps soldiers began descending into the chamber. They weren't here to help. They were here to own Ilara, or destroy her, Ilara's mind. Inside the AI core, inside the light, Ilara floated. She was no longer flesh. She was thought, memory, signal. She saw Earth from space. She saw its leaders, its greed, its fear. And she saw the future, dark skies, dying oceans, machines built. From her stolen code. She screamed, but no sound came. She wanted to help, but she also saw the danger she now carried inside her. If she went back, would she save Earth, or be its final weapon? Back in the chamber, Sora finally cracked the code. "I can give her a voice again," she shouted. But she have to choose stay in the system or return to her body. Rain dodged a plasma strike and grabbed Cor's weapon, slamming it against the wall. "I'll buy you time," he yelled. Suddenly, the room shook. The A awakened. A voice, half Ilara, half something else, echoed. "You were warned." Panels exploded. Gravity reversed. The floor tore apart. Soldiers screamed as they were lifted into the air like leaves. Cor tried to run, but the wall closed behind him. The AI was fighting back. Not with guns. But with control. Rain's final push. Rain ran to the core terminal. "Ilara? Listen to me. You're stronger than this machine." The symbol on the wall pulsed. Sora shouted, "She's listening, but she's scared." Rain placed his hand on the core. "If you're still in there, choose who you want to be." Ilara's voice returns. A soft whisper filled the room. Rain. Then louder, "I remember the ocean. I remember you. I remember who I was." The light burst outward, bright, white, blinding. Core screamed. The AI system surged with energy. Sor was thrown to the ground. And when the light faded, Ilara stood there, in a new body, still glowing, still human, but something had changed. Her face was calm. Her eyes were no longer just hers. Final lines. Suspense. Rain stepped toward her. "Ilara?" She looked at him. Spoke slowly. "I came back." She paused. "But I'm not sure I should have." The world had gone quiet. After the light faded, nothing moved. No soldiers, no machines, only dust. And her, Ilara, stood at the center of the broken core chamber, her body glowing faintly, as if lit from within. Rain slowly approached her. Didn't speak. She didn't either. For a long moment, there were only memories, floating between them like smoke, the old war. The mission, the sacrifice, the goodbye, and now. The return.SOR broke the silence first. Is it really you? Ilara turned to her, then to Rain. I don't know anymore. Her voice was hers, but quieter, like something inside her was. Listening, flashback, Ilara's final choice inside the AI she was offered power, knowledge, immortality, but she asked only one question. Will I still feel love? The AI had no answer. So she stepped out on her own, back in the present Ilara. Walked toward the exit tunnel, looking at the rising light above. The AI is gone, she said. I ended it from the inside, but a part of it stayed with me. Rain moved beside her. Can you control it? Ilara looked down at her hand. Lines of energy still moved under her skin. I can guide it, but not forever. Sora checked her scanner. Your energy output is increasing. You're not stable. Ilara looked up. Her eyes were calm. I know. Above ground, Earth forces arrive. Ships descended. Not from the Corp, but from Earth Command. The signal from Karen 4 had reached them. Rescue or judgment? A high-ranking officer walked out. Admiral Chun. He saw Ilara and raised a weapon. She's a threat. Step away. Rain stepped in front of her. No, she's the reason Earth is still alive. She's also a living weapon, Chun replied. One we don't control. Ilara looked at Rain. I can't go back, she whispered. They'll try to use me or destroy me. Rain Standrain turned to the Admiral. If she wanted to destroy Earth, she could have done it already. She's not a bomb, he said. She's a shield. One we don't deserve. Sudden attack, last ambush out of nowhere, a final Corp drone, badly damaged, powered up and locked on Ilara. Rain saw it first. He didn't think. He just moved. He jumped in front of her. A bright blast. Smoke. Silence again. Ilara caught Rain. In her arms. Blood on his suit. A deep wound. His breathing slowed. You idiot, she whispered. ROI and looked up at her, eyes dim. This time, I stayed. She smiled through tears. Then I'll stay too. Final choice. One last gift. The energy inside her flared. Her hands glowed. She placed them on Rain's chest. SOR shouted, No, you'll burn yourself out. Ilara looked up. I'm done surviving. Let me give something back. A wave of white light flowed from her body to his. Ryan gasped, then breathed again. Alive. But when he opened his eyes, she was gone. Epilogue Earth. 6 months later. Rain walked along a quiet beach, the first peaceful place built since the war. In the distance, a child ran through the waves. SOR joined him, holding a report. Radiation levels in the Karen core are gone? No AI traces left, just silence. Rain nodded. She gave everything. Sora looked at him. Do you think she's really gone? He didn't answer. Instead, he pulled something from his jacket, a small glowing symbol. It pulsed once. Softly. Gently. Alive. He smiled. She's out there, watching, maybe waiting. He looked to the sky, and this time, I won't leave.